Welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Alright, Raymond has been rescued, but now we gotta get him back inside the walled city so he can turn off or destroy the fortune engine. I have some karma to spend. A whole lot of karma to spend. I got 17 points. Definitely want to get spellcasting. Leaves me with 9. Let's get 1 in biotech and some quickness. Now let's talk to this Triad guard. 5 people, all reeking of Triad, huddled together next to your crew, muttering amongst themselves and pointing at the towering slum. One of them notices you and pats another on the chest with the back of his hand. It's the man who's been guarding the walled city entrance since you arrived in Hioi. He acknowledges you, a look of doomed determination on his face. Mrs. Chang sends her regards. She told us to keep an eye out for you. Is there something Auntie needs? Mrs. Chang wants to know what the hell is going on inside the walled city. She sent us to find out and report back to her. The Triad soldier's hands shake. He sees you notice them and pulls them behind his back. She said that if we saw you heading there, we should go with you. We'd have a better chance of staying alive. Good. We need all the guns we can get. The soldier nods in appreciation. Just tell us what you need. This is our shot at distinguishing ourselves. Show Auntie that we have what it takes to rise in the organization. The soldier looks sidelong at his friends. Maybe our best chance to provide for our families. The group of Triads nod to each other in forlorn unity as they take in the panic around them. The storm, the flood of people, the towering tenement, and something else, a wave of something emanating from within. Do you feel that? Gobbet holds her stomach. Madness and folly squeak their disapproval. It's like the walled city's bad breath or something, she groans. It's disgusting. I feel, I don't know, unclean, just looking at the place. Like life has no value, like there's just no point to anything. That's the toxic chi, and it's exactly the point. We need to get rid of it. Fix it at the source, if I can. Raymond stares at the walled city, taking it in for the first time. The breath hitches in his chest, but the old man grits his teeth in grim determination. The fortune engine is located at the heart of the walled city. That's where I need to go. I'll drop a marker in the center of the walled city on everyone's PDA, Rubik. We should be able to weave our way through it to the machine. Got it. Let's go. Whoa, wait a minute. You just want to rush in there? Don't we need some kind of, I don't know, plan? We can take advantage of the chaos. It may cover our approach in case someone is trying to stop us. We should split up, keep Raymond back and out of the harm's way. Look around, Gunshow. This whole place is in harm's way. It'll be safer if we split up. Rubik leads some of us to clear the way to the machine. Auntie's men could follow with the rest of us, escorting Raymond once the way is secure. It's thin, but it's a plan. We improvise from there. Both teams, use your comm to stay in touch. We have no idea what we're going to face in there. I will be right behind you, Koji. Take care of yourself. You be careful too, Dad. Raymond holds your eye with a look of gratitude. The time for timidity is over, Mr. Uehara. No more cowardice. It's time for me to finally take action. He exhales slowly and stares at the walled city, unflinching. This is the end of prosperity. Let's do it. Alright, I'm taking the A team. Duncan Gobbet is. The typhoon pours down as the Triad soldiers fan out in front of you, leading the way into Kowloon walled city. Raymond shuffles along, alert and intent. Although exhausted by all that has gone on, he drives himself forward and will not accept help from anyone. Wu watches the windows and rooftops, his rifle never leaving his shoulder. He occasionally risks a glance at his foster father, concern, frustration, and anger playing over his face like a slideshow. The walled city is worse than your first visit, even with the rain. You can feel something in the air. It's thicker now, and it clings to your skin like invisible filth. The miserable noises of slum life are gone, replaced by something worse. The sound of death, the sound of fear. As you round a corner, the group stops before heading in deeper. Alright, let's see. Let's give this rifle to Duncan. Let's give this flashbang to Duncan. Let's give this to Gobbet. The inner walled city, what you've seen in your dreams, feels tame by comparison. The atmosphere is humid with the oppressive weight of despair. You can feel it bearing down on your shoulders, whispering to you to give up, lie down, await your miserable fate. Your skin feels oily and unclean. We're finally here, finally past the trash heap that encrusts this place. He reaches out and touches a Duraplast wall. The paint has long since chipped away, but what remains is enough to tell you what you're looking at. The original exterior of Kowloon Walled City. It looks much sturdier than the ramshackle construction that has grown up around it. This is what Mother and I built. What was supposed to help people. All we wanted was to help. Very poetic. Now let's move. I'm done with the talking. I don't want to spend a second longer in this place than I have to. The Yellow Lotus 49er scans the horizon, his head on a swivel. He's full of frenetic energy that can only come from pure terror and combat stims. Raymond doesn't move. He stands there staring at a painted section of wall to his left. Tracing his gaze, you can see what he's looking at. It's faint, but it's there. A faded stamp with the same medical services logo. Even this is a nightmare now. Decrepit and rotten and falling apart, he squeezes his eyes shut. It was supposed to be a good place. A safe place. Yeah, well it isn't. And we all know whose fault that is, don't we? Her eyes flash daggers at your adoptive father. She wears her hate like a mask. He looks down on her, expressionless. Yes. And this is why I have to fix it. Koji, you need to clear a path to the sarcophagus that surrounds the fortune engine. It will be at the center of all this. Please help me fix this. I can't do it by myself. That's the plan. He reaches a hand toward you, pulls it back with a pained expression. Thank you. Clear a path, my friend. I will travel with Chang's people and keep your adopted father safe. We will escort him via side streets until it is safe for us to regroup. Good luck, Ractor. To you as well. He smiles at Raymond, enthusiasm burning in his eyes. Come, Mr. Sang. Let us see this machine that you have built. Get him there safe. We need him. He glances back to you. Come on, Ruben, let's go. A group of Yellow Lotus 49ers is holding the centrals. Their leader, a dumpy female elf with chipped teeth and yellow and a bouffant hairdo, stumbles toward you. You drop your guns and get down on the floor. She shakes her head from side to side as if trying to clear it. A pair of bloodshot eyes rolls in their sockets without reason or purpose. Drop everything or we'll gut you like pigs. Stand down. We're with kindly Chang. Chang? Chang? She gestures wildly with her rifle. A thin stream of blood traces its way from her left nostril down to her mouth. Her time is done. We have a new queen now. Ah, yes, the Yama King has gotten to her. Screaming unintelligibly, she launches herself at you. Her cohort follows behind, swinging their weapons wildly and howling for blood. Alright, let's see. That sniper's gotta go. Strip some armor. Let's toss a fireball. Can I get all of them? Fortunately, no. Well, maybe. Yep. Excellent. Let's see. Let's get Goblin to increase Duncan's accuracy. Let's get him into cover. And full auto on the sniper. That wasn't nearly as good as I had hoped. Alright, let's get his into cover here. Grenade launcher. This would be a good spot right here. I could get multiple enemies. Of course she missed. I'd like to at least kill one of them. If I hide here, I won't get a shot on them there. I really have nowhere to put Goblin where she's in cover and has a shot at these guys. He's going to be out in the open no matter what. I better get Goblin some cover. Get her here. Wow, she's going way back. And missing. Let's see. I can heal myself. Or I can have Goblin heal me. I wish I had another fireball. It'd be so perfect for right there. Let's have Iz go first. She could probably take them both out. Provided she can hit something. Of course she missed. 65% missed 2 out of 3 times because the freaking RNG in this game hates me. 48% all the way back there, huh? Let's give it a shot. And I killed a civilian. Because again, I can't ever get a freaking roll to go in my favor. Granted, that one was 50-50, so missing on that one's not that big a deal, but still. Alright. Let's get that. See Duncan. Excellent. Alright, 46%. I don't expect to hit very much here, but might as well. Got 1 out of 2. And 1 out of 2. And 50-50, that's about right. Have here. Accessing turret system center. Isabel, got anything you can do with this? She nearly snickers. I made a habit of cracking SANG encryptions. It's basically as easy as flipping a switch at this point. So, So I flip a switch and the turrets go down. Simple. She manipulates the electrical panel in front of her, and some lights flicker and fade from the display. Done. Whoa, hold on there. Sang Corporations has limited inner city access to Sang personnel only. No pedestrians. If you don't take kindly to the idea of an early death, I suggest you hightail it out of here. Nothing but hell past this point anyway. Could you be more specific? What's past here? His nostrils flare. Nothing you're permitted to see. Damn it, I don't have time for this. Just let me through. I told you once, don't make me repeat myself. He gestures back from where you came. City exits that way. And just what the heck does Sandcorp thinks it's doing here? Because it looks to me like you're all trying to get killed. This is the walled city you're in, you idiots. We have a job to do, so if you could kindly plunk your ass over there and let us pass, that'd be great. The guard grimaces, obviously stung by the truth of the words, but he squares his shoulder and stands firm. Stubborn, I see. Fine, have it your way. Alright. This is not happening without a fight, so I might as well get myself set up. Let's get in here. Can't go into this holster. I can't start a fight. Fine, we'll have to do it through words. Why are all these locals out on the streets? It's for their safety. The city's drowning in astral energy. We can't effectively monitor everyone in there cut off from us and lurking behind closed doors. Alright, whatever works, I guess. Well, I guess I have to just try to walk in and then I'm sure battle will begin. Oh, damn it, I can't do anything with this guy now. Is there a different way in? I can't walk past them. They won't let me go into combat mode. So what the hell am I supposed to do now? Yellow Lotus Red Pole. A life orc with prominent jaws stands here, growling. Her neck tattoos mark her as a red pole in the Yellow Lotus, and the patches on her vest call her out as a resident of the Lotus Den. What you want to bet that's Bao's replacement? Looks like the type. A smaller, lankier man cowers before her, his hands clasped in supplication. A group of Yellow Lotus 49ers stands clustered around them, smirking, their weapons drawn. The Triad Ganger leans forward, puffing out her chest and flexing. Her muscles bulge. You hear me, dog? You want to live? You give me the shit. Otherwise, I'm going to rip off your fingers and shove them down your throat. His eyes dart from Ganger to Ganger before coming back to the rest of the Red Pole. Please, Song, I can't give you what you're looking for. There are plenty of people in the walled city who have a lot more to steal than I... She begins to stalk forward. With each step, she counts down. 5, 4, 3... He raises his hands, bows his head. Look, I don't want any trouble. I've got no quarrel with you, and I don't have any... She takes another step. 2. Leave the man alone. Song sneers at you, her lips curling into an arrogant smile. You know what's good for you. You'll turn and run. Your call. Take another look. I'm packing more heat than you are. She stares at you for a long moment and the sneer falls off her face. She raises her hands in a placating gesture. Alright. You're right. We don't want to pick a fight with you. Wouldn't do anybody any good to turn this block into a war zone. But that asshole has something that I want, and I always get what I want. If you're looking for easy meat, I've got a better target for you. There's a Sank security guard just over there, alone and outgunned. Guard? That guy? She jabs her thumb in the direction of the Sank warden. What makes you think I'd want to tangle with him? The street shaman cuts in. Why do you think? Gear, man. If you think that I'm worth robbing, just imagine what you can pull off of him. Alright, yeah, that's an interesting proposition. But what about the turret that he's standing beside? It'll cut my people in half. I've already disabled it. You've got nothing to worry about. Alright, okay, that's good. You came prepared. She nods slowly, licks her lips. Good, good, good. We can handle one sad, lost corp guard. He don't know the walled city. He's just a little pig stuffed into a ballistic cloth suit. Song looks back at the gangers around her, smiling. Come on, everybody. We're gonna do this one like we did the last. I've got first dibs on his gun and his shoes. Ah, that's nice. I get them to do the dirty work for me. Let me just chill back here while they shoot it out. Ooh, I gained karma. Not much I can do with a single point, though. Unless I get a few more. I might as well move my gang up into cover. Maybe break some armor. The whole running into cover, taking a shot, and then running out into the middle of nowhere doesn't make any sense to me. But, whatever. Let me, there we go. And some power bolts. Ah, Duncan. Let's shred this guy. Takes care of him. And then this bullet to the head. And the goblet, wow, 62%. Alright. That's that. Y'all enjoy the gear. Your comlink buzzes. It's Raymond. Still alive. Koji, what's your status? Your mother set up a cordon around the inner walled city. We just got through. Cordon? Oh my, how did you get through? You don't want to know. He lets out a sigh. Too much. Too much loss of life because of me. It was unfortunate, but unavoidable. Please, Koji, try to avoid more casualties. You need to be careful. The nearer you draw to the fortune engine, the worse the astral disruptions will become. And make sure that when you reach, the call cuts out. No. No, no! Wu looks around with a grimace. Did that sound important to you? Because that sounded absolutely fucking necessary to me. Can we re-establish contact? Duncan runs a hand through his hair in frustration, but relents. At this point, the only thing we can do is move forward. So let's get to it, Rubik. The walled city's mid-ring stands tall before you. It looks even worse than what you trekked through. A jumbled nightmare of crumbling buildings and exposed wires. A terrible sense of deja vu washes over you. You put one foot in front of the other and press further inside. What's over here? What is that? I'm not gonna fight that thing if I don't need to. The crowd is in a frenzy. They're shouting, screaming at the same security officers who block their progress. A dead body lies in a rapidly expanding pool of blood at their feet. The gloves are off. They've already killed a man. This is gonna get ugly in a second. I won't let the... A burst of staccato gunfire cuts your sentence off. The gunfire rips through the crowd and tears up the ground at their feet. A warning shot. No bodies hit the floor, but the guard who fired the shot is red-faced and screaming, and his weapon is leveled directly at the crowd. Back away! Back the fuck away. The muzzle of his weapon dips and weaves as he barks out orders. Those in front of the crowd try to backpedal, only to run up against those surging forward from the back. I'm warning you, clear the area now. Please, this is our home. Our families are still inside. This is for your own good. We are here to protect you. He gesticulates wildly, spittle flying from his mouth. That would be hard. He's got a helmet on. You can't be here. Back away. This is your last warning. Oh, good thing I got that point in quickness. As you raise your weapon, you see them ready their own. Should get Iz in there. Should improve her accuracy first. You tell me I don't have the line of sight on her. She's right there. Fine, let's move her up. Up to here. As far as I can go, one. Now, can I improve her aim? I sure can. Now I have 2 points left. I can launch a fireball right there. That'll be perfect. Nice. First is, she's got 2 AP left. So, let us launch a grenade right there. That's good. And one more. Very good. Wow, this guy took a lot of damage. Alright, how far can I get Duncan in one action? There. Not in cover, but it'll have to do. I might be able to take this guy down with full auto. I think I will be able to. 92% hit rate. 37 hit points. I think I can take him down. Yep. Perfect. Now, let's see, I got 2 actions out of Goblet. Let's see if I can take one of these guys down. If I go over here though, I might not be able to hit anyone. Let's move her here. Because I might have my field of view blocked. 70%, good. Let's just make sure, 80%. Alright, cool, just one guy left. And he's not even doing anything. Ah, perfect. Of course I missed. And I missed again. At least I got him once. Let's switch her to pistol. No need for grenade launcher anymore. 45%. Hit 1 time out of 6 attacks. Now that sound like 45% to you? Sounds more like math. It's less than 20%. Somewhere around like 17 or 18%. Oh well. Frickin' RNG gods are against me. I swear. Oh well. Duncan should be able to finish this off. 98%. You better not miss this. There we go. Now the detonator. Whoa. Well, that's where I'm going. Enter the center of the walled city. Something's over there. You hear the muffled sounds of shouting coming from the west. Multiple voices, all calling out for something. You can't make out what they're saying, but they sound like they're in a panic. So we're not gonna say anything about the monster that just murked this Sang guard. I was just gonna shoot one next time I see you and hope for the best. Yeah, you know what? I'm just heading there. There's gonna be a battle there. I could see dragon lines drawn, and you know what? I ain't got time for that. I'm just heading straight for the finish line. You've been walking for what feels like hours, picking your way through the claustrophobic alleys of the inner walled city. It feels like you're traversing a war zone. Dead bodies litter the gutters. Some have been gutted by gunfire. Others have suffered stranger and more terrible wounds. The rattle of distant automatic weapons fire rings in your ears, intermingling with faint screams of agony and terror. Gets better and better, doesn't it? Look on the bright side. After we get through all of this, we get to fight a Yama King. Right. We have to keep moving. After all, we can't keep the malevolent demon god waiting. Ahead, you can see a cluster of Sang security personnel. They look to be embroiled in some sort of argument. If they notice you at all, they don't show it. As you watch, one of the officers loses his cool, starts shouting, "She's here for us. I've seen her in my dreams." What is here? I don't know what you're talking about, damn it. The security officer lurches toward his partner, his eyes bulging. His body language makes you think of a wounded animal, panicked, terrified, ready to lash out at anything within reach. He shakes his head like a wet dog and focuses on the woman beside him. "I know how to keep us safe. I saw how to do it." He reaches for an object that's clipped to his belt. "Open your mouth." "You're crazy, man. Keep away from me. I mean it." She backpedals, reaching for a weapon, and shouts at a third guard. "Get back up! Who has gone insane?" Without a word, the third Sang guard takes off running. As if on cue, the deranged security officer takes another step forward. "This is for the best, Yang. Trust me. I'll do you first, then I'll do me." Light shines on black iron. He holds a multi-tool clenched in his hand. You can see that he's configured it to a set of pliers. "By the time I'm done, she won't be able to hurt us anymore." With a flurry of motion, the man with the pliers lunges at his companion. She drops into a fighting stance and meets him head on. Yeah, I'm gonna end this guy. First, let's get rid of that armor. Then... Damn it, I pressed this. I wanted to lock... Sometimes when you click on something, it just doesn't register in this game. Like, I'm doing it too quick, I think. I need to give it a pause. It's not ready for me to click or something. Are these guys gonna start shooting at me now? I better get into cover. Find out. Let's get got there. And Rubik will be out in the open. Nothing I can do about that now. So what's going on? Shooting that guy now? There's another guard that's attacking. Alright, buddy. Hold on, let me cast Wild Aim on Duncan. Nice. Accuracy increases for everyone but me. Get you some of that. And let me get into cover too. Oh, I get one more. That's right, because I did that strip armor last time. Am I hurting at all? No, everybody's full health. Okay, no need to drain then. Nice, that guy's just about dead. I'll have Duncan finish him off. So what's up? Is it over? I have to fight another guy? I have to fight this guy too? I don't understand. Is he gonna shoot at me? I can't even target him. Why am I still in combat mode? Move here. Move Duncan there. There is, I can't move her here. Some cover there. Oh, it's this. There's fighting over here. Okay, well that guy's not shooting at me, so let's see. Let me move up to here. More Sang security up ahead, but these ones are different. They're outfitted in heavier armor, carrying heavier artillery. They look just as addled as everyone else you've seen this deep in the slum, though. They hold their weapons leveled at a doorway leading to the inner walled city. Gobbet whispers to you, great. More heavily armed nutjobs. What are they? You hear a deafening crash from the direction of the walled city. The noise is followed by an alien piping sound unlike anything you've heard. At the sound of it, the Sang troops start screaming. Their faces have gone gray as ash. You catch a glimpse of something moving toward you. Something fast that seems to defy gravity as it runs. You have a split second to process this new information before the gunfire starts. Oh, so it's like that. Okay. So, let's get... How much does this cost? 2 to get haste. How far can she go in 1? She can go there. She can raise a spirit, but probably not this round. No, too far. Can she haste Duncan? Too far. I'll have to do it next round. Alright. Let's get her over here. They're still pretty... Alright, these guys, they're going to be fighting each other. Maybe I should just hang back for a little bit. Oh man, a grenade would be so good right here though. Let's get Duncan into some better armor, better cover. Right there, that is perfect. How far can I get her? I can get her into some cover here. Let's let these fight themselves. Don't shoot at me. Shoot at the demons. Well, at least he missed. Yo, there are demons coming. Don't shoot me. They're attacking you. Alright. Let's get his in the cover there. Let's get Gobbet in the cover there. And where can I put Rubik that's got some cover? Put him up there, but then I don't want him that close. I want them shooting at the demons, not at me. Right there. How's that? Duncan's got 3 attacks. I could tear through somebody. Let's attack this demon. Oh, I got 1 shot. Rubik gets 1 attack. Can I hit any of them? Too far. I can hit the guards. I don't really want to hit them, though. I want to leave them to fight amongst each other, hopefully. Good, good, good. Move up and shoot at demons. Yes, shoot at them. Yes. Good, good. Fight it out. Fight it out. You just chill back there and I'll pick up the pieces when you're done. Gonna chill right here. Y'all keep going now. Don't mind me. Just pretend I'm not there. There you go. Very good. He just shot his own buddy. Nice job. That's fine. I don't care who you shoot as long as you're not shooting at me. You do your thing. You do you, man. You do you. Let's just set up Overwatch. Watch. And Overwatch. And we're just gonna chill right there. And y'all do your thing. I don't know if flashbangs was really the best way to go, but whatever. I mean, you had him down to almost nothing. You could have killed him. Alright, well, we'll just keep the Overwatch up. Let him fight it out. No need to intervene. I'm not trying to save anybody. They all have to die, so... you keep shooting each other. Wow, missed at point-blank range. At least that guy hit. There we go, we got a hit. Reload, set up a new cone, and set up a cone. This guy with the machine gun can't hit anything. That guy's done. Don't mind me, keep fighting it out. Just pretend I'm not here. Well, don't shoot at me. There's demons, man. Shoot the demons. Alright, if you're gonna be like that, I have to mow you down. That's what happens, man. You should have shot at the demons. You chose to shoot at me instead, and you got mowed down. Alright, well, I guess I should just kill this last guy right here. He's being a dick, so you know what? He's turned towards me like all threatening like, and that's making me kind of scared. So let's increase some accuracy. There we go. Duncan. To go ahead and waste this guy. Thank you. Almost done. Wow, missed with the aim shot. Because of course he did. Let's see, let me move Rubik here so he can actually see. And a little bit of flamey flame for it. And I missed, because of course I did. Oh my god. 80% missed, of course I did. There we go. 60%. One attack left, set up an overwatch. Let them fight it out. Good, that demon's done. So it's not just one demon and one guard. That's cool. They can do their thing over there. I'm gonna go ahead and set up an overwatch. Duncan, reload. Overwatch. Reload. Overwatch. Didn't even need the spirit, they're doing all the work for me. I wish there was a button that just said, keep everything the same. Alright, now it's just that one demon. So, you go ahead and start moving this way, demon. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you. I promise. And by promise, I mean I'm gonna shoot you as soon as you're in range. And that's that. Well, that was easy. Could have been a lot harder if I got involved, but why? They did all the work for me, basically. I took a few pot shots here and there, but hey. Alright. We have reached the heart of the filth. Somebody's down there losing their marbles. In the clearing ahead, you find a sobbing middle-aged man amidst a pile of bodies. He's dressed in a cheap suit with a bright yellow tie, but the fabric has been smeared with blood. He takes notice of you and recoils. Leave me alone. Go away. As he tries to pull away, his mouth drops open. You can see that he's missing at least half of his teeth. Can't let them find me. Can't let them catch me. Have to hide from them, from her. Slowly, methodically, he begins to claw at his own eyes. Can't get free. Can't get clean. When my eyes close, I see them there, twitching, shaking like broken things. He reaches for you, bloodstained fingers. Please, please help me. Something scrambled his brains. Might have been Kian Ya or her servants, or maybe just the stress. Either way, there isn't much we can do. I think I've seen the things that you're talking about. Crescent-shaped heads, twitching movements. He nods, staring at you through red-streaked eyes, drooling fire and pissing blood. Bodies like the gums of some huge animal, teeth thrusting out, pink flesh like the thorns on a rose, shaking, trembling, and their horrible smiles. His entire body begins to tremble. He doubles over, clutching his head and sobbing. The tears spatter down on the mangled corpses at his feet. We better get moving, Koji. We need to stop this before this thing drives us as crazy as he is. The best way that we can help you is to stop all of this. He sobs uncomprehendingly. The sound of the typhoon hammering down outside is nearly drowned out by the noise of evacuees fleeing the ordeal. The air smells of fear and bodily fluids, thrums with a bass note of expectation and doom. He paused for a moment in the eye of the hurricane. Ahead, the cancerous core of the walled city and its concrete-encased fortune engine await. No word yet from Mr. Sang. Think he ran again? I have faith in Raymond. Good. I would rather not have a showdown with a demon goddess. Shutting down that machine sounds much easier. Let's continue clearing a path. Make it easy for him to follow. Yes, I want to continue. The fortune engine. The deafening rattle of machine gun fire fills the air behind you, and the metallic tang of blood cuts through the stench of garbage. You press forward, wading through block after block of insanity, chaos, and death. All around you, the walled city is descending into a churning cauldron of depravity and violence. The comm's of no use. You've tried several times, but there's still no word from the B-team. No sign of Raymond, or of Kindly Chang's triad soldiers. Finally, you reach the center of this hellhole. An industrial hatch with its door ajar. This is the place where Raymond Black built his infernal machine. The threshold across which Kian Yad, the queen with 1,000 teeth, clawed her way into this world. Ooh, more karma. The walls here are thick, steel reinforced. Parades of thick cable run across the floor and computer equipment. Now hopelessly out of date, adorns every elevated surface. Something in the distance is calling to you. It's faint, but you can feel it. The bone-shaking thrum of an enormous machine. This is it. Prosperity. Just like in her dreams. Scans the room, scowling. The fortune engine has to be somewhere in this complex. Keep moving. The sooner we find this thing, the sooner we can get home. Let's get moving then. No time like the present. She tucks her rats into her hip pockets for safekeeping. Oh, and if your foster father doesn't get here soon, I'm gonna poison him. No joke. Can I spend my karma? I have 9 points. I can get more willpower if I wanted to. Or I could get body, but then I'd only have 2 points left. Not much I could do with that. I could get ranged combat and shotgun, but I almost never use my shotgun. Nothing to get there. Let's just get willpower. Maximum firepower. 10 willpower, 9 spellcasting. But with with the way I get rolls from the RNG gods, I'll have like 90% chance to hit and I'll still miss. So where do I go now? Can't go this way, right? So locked door. So what the heck? Where am I supposed to go? Through this door, right? But it's locked. So, and there's nothing for me to interact. What the heck am I supposed to do? You can't go up these stairs. Is an elevator supposed to come? What is... There's a locked door. Yeah, and so what... There's no panel. There's nothing for me to interact with. What the hell? Is this a bug? Is there something am I supposed to use an item? I don't understand. Can I go around the edge here? Oh, I can. Cool. I'd wish for no more battles, but that would be too fortuitous. I'm gonna have to go through a bunch more, aren't I? This door has been sealed. Looks like it's been shut for quite a while. There's a place to summon spirit. We have medical equipment. I will take that. Myself. Thank you. Better than nothing. So where to now? This way, I guess. Wait, there's something here. Terminal. The terminal winks to life at your approach. It's still drawing power. That's promising. Her gaze traces across the screen. Thing is, it even password locked. The display looks corrupted though. Lots of garbled text and gibberish on that screen. As long as we can open the door with it, we're good. We don't need it for anything else. Well, let's find out. Attempt to open the door to the Fortune Engine's testbed. You select the door commands from the computer's menu and command them to open. Screen flickers, then goes dark. Damn it, let me take a look. Suddenly out of nowhere, a wave of nausea grabs you by the guts and twists. It doubles you over, then fades. Duncan turns to face you, wincing. What was... As you straighten, you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up straight. A buzzing sensation washes over you, drowning out your companion's words and filling your head with white, warm static. In the center of the room, something blossoms into the world. The figure from your dreams looms over you, enormous and alien. The creature is beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. A thing of billowing silt and carved ivory. Kian Ya stands, still as a statue, peering down at you from behind a mask of sculpted gold. Smaller spirits take up positions around her, bowing their heads in deference. Well, her hands tighten on her weapon as the color drains from her cheeks. Shit. I've been looking forward to killing this thing all day. Slowly, with a broad, languid motion, Kian Ya's body begins to shift. The crescent-shaped ivory horns that crown her head cut through the light as she moves, casting strange shadows on the wall behind her. You are here. The voice that pours from behind the thing's mask is indescribably beautiful. The tones are high and musical and seem to hang in the air long after she finishes speaking. You have come to us. In the corners of the room, servitor creatures echo their queen's words, the garbled sounds piping through the gasps in the enamel-lined carapaces. Come to us. We called to you across the breadth of space and time, and now you are here, standing before us, just as you were meant to be. Why did you call to me? What do you want? We call to all who will listen. Her voice is joyous, triumphant. All are welcome in our port. All are welcome. And all are welcome in our larder. The Yama King spreads its arms, its movements full of malevolent grace. You belong here, slave thing, with us, now, and for all time. I'm gonna blow you back to whatever hell you crawled out of. You? Kill. Us? The thing cackles, its throat pulsing rhythmically. The sound catches in your spine like a razor blade. Oh, the noises you make, such sweet, bullish sounds. The slave thing thinks it can kill us. It is mistaken. It cannot even comprehend us. Kianya's iridescent gown parts as she raises a forearm. Your mind rebels against the alien biology that you see underneath. The wet, glistening crenellations of flesh, enamel, and keratin that make up the Yama King's body. It is chattel, meat, and we have been starving for 1,000 years. The musical tones of the thing's voice are high-pitched and giddy. It opens its arms to you, offering a view of its chisel-like teeth that protrude from its flesh. Gabbett stares up at the creature, her eyes darting across the shimmering expanse of its body. Well, it's official. I'm terrified. The queen with 1,000 teeth lowers her head, and the unnaturally thick air turns rank and cold. Waves of nausea rack your stomach as a foul wind slides over you like mud. We will rip you out of your nerves at the root. Milk the misery from your protesting body. Her glistening claws weave strange patterns in the air. We will feast on your sorrow, now and forever. Oh, I need to snuff some flames. Okay, so who to move over there? Alright, first off. Let's speed up Duncan. Then snuff that flame. There's going to be more to snuff. There's another one, and there's another one. Okay, so let's see. I have a feeling fire is not going to work too well, but let's give it a shot. It worked fine on them, not on the Kian, yeah, but you know, I don't think I could touch her until I snuff out the flames. Alright, so let's move over to here. Alright, with Duncan I got 4 moves. I gotta get him over here, snuff this flame, take out this guy and snuff out the flame. So let me move here so I'm protected from this side. And I'll have 2 attacks I can do full auto. And I only hit 2 times out of 5 at 60% because fuck me, that's why. Okay, 2 moves I can get to here. 72%. I better hit more than twice out of 5 times. It's 5 attacks, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, good. That thing's out of commission. Now, let's see. Nobody's really wounded, so that's good. I gotta start making for this thing. But I think I'm gonna have... Okay, let's see. I need to do some damage to these guys. Alright, let's get Gobbet. Is there any place I can summon a free spirit? Don't think so. Do I have any tokens? I have 1. Force 5 nature elemental. Good, that'll be useful. So let me move Gobbet here into cover. And then use this elemental here. She's still going to get 1 action. Gets 1 action. Cudgel. The Mana Arc. Nice, minus 1 AP also. Alright, let's get Rubik into cover. Of course I missed. 2 damage, that's it. Alright, let's spray and pray. Hopefully I can hit a bunch of them. I got a little bit. Alright, Iz. Let's get her 2 movements and reload. I need to snuff out this flame as soon as possible. Good thing is the elementals drawing their fire. And it's a tough-ass SOB, too. As long as they're attacking the elemental, they're not attacking me. Which is good. Alright, Duncan. This is the last round of 4 movements. So, 1, snuff the flame. What do we have? 2, pick up some supplies. Yes, please. Probably gonna need that, and I got 2 more moves, so let's just go as far as I can. I'm too far to really be effective at this range, even with a rifle. Alright, so let's see. Need to do wild aim on myself. And let's see, flamethrower. Let's try to take this thing out. And I miss 83%. That aim spell was great. I can't hit fucking a goddamn fucking thing. Who cares if I raise my aim if I'm just gonna miss anyway? 80%, 90%, doesn't matter. Let's see. 71%. Oh. I got half of those shots. 1%. This thing, let's give it 4 AP. Please don't rebel. Good. Mana Arc. Good. Let's attack this. Oh, didn't kill it. So close though. Oh no, it's at -8. How is that thing still alive? -8. Wow. Okay, well, 61%. I hope she doesn't blow herself up here. You know, I should just snuff the flame first. And then worry about that. But then I'd be out in the open. Screw it. Nice. She gets 2 more actions. Let's launch another one and then make it. Oh, I need both actions to snuff this. Screw it, I'm doing it. Alright, I've snuffed all. Oh, there's one more flame right there. Okay. Good, good. Ignore it. Nope, he's going after her. 7 damage. That's not too bad. 7 more. How is this thing still alive? Alright. Can I get Iz to snuff this last flame? I can. It'll take all her actions and put her out sorta in the open, though. Let's do some other actions first. Duncan still has 4 actions. Good. With 2, I can get him over here. And then I can open up on this nightmare. Alright, what do we have? How much can I heal her for? She's too far away, huh? He'd have to run over there. Let's see. I don't know how that thing is still alive. It's got -8 hit points. Let's flamethrower this guy. 19, that's good. Well, at least those guys can die. 82%, huh? Alright, what do we have here? 14% chance. Let's give him 2 AP. 12% chance. Come on! Stay under control. Good. Let's do another mana arc. I don't know how this thing's alive, but... now it's dead. Because I needed to get it to negative even more. Okay. Let's spray and pray over here. Out of ammo. Reload. Alright. I could get 2 attacks. I don't like her out in the open. I really need to get her here, though, to snuff out this flame. Screw it. I gotta snuff out that flame. Oh, your shield is gone. And my elemental, I think, just went bye-bye. That's fine. I was probably going to get rid of it next round anyway, because the chance of it losing control would have been pretty good. Alright. Is 58%, huh? 4% here. I'd like to finish off these guys. Nice. Let's reload. I missed, but you know what? Doesn't matter, I still hit them all. That's the beauty of grenades. Now, let's see. I got a fireball again. I missed, but it still did a look. Wow, that thing is at 1. That's a bummer. Alright, let This thing's at 11. 9%. Let's just give Duncan some better aim. Thank you. Let's see. Can I finish these guys off? 48%. Let's do this. That guy's done. 43%. Come on, Gobbet. Nope. Out of ammo. Not for a single shot. Targeted shot. Let's finish this guy off. Of course he missed. Of course. At least he got him on the second shot. Missed on the 88%. Hit on the 68. I might be able to kill him if I get a critical. Of course I could throw a grenade right there. But I can't hit them both, so I don't see a point to it. Well, I hit, but not enough damage. I wonder if I could speed up Duncan from here. I can. And our last action will be reload. Oh, she could cast a... That's for spirits. I don't think that... Are these spirits? I don't think so. Let's just reload. Now, wow, I'm kind of hurt. What's the wound look like? 6. Let's just use a med kit. Yeah, much better. Let's strip some armor from Miss Yama King. And let's see, 80% chance to hit. And I did hit, but not enough damage. That works. Reload. I said reload. Alright, Duncan, finish this off for 61%. Does he still have a bullet left? Apparently, but he missed. Took me 3 shots, 60%, because of course it did. Alright. Still immune to flamethrower? Let's give it a shot. Nope. Not immune. And that wild aim is? I sure can. Or I could do it on myself and probably give a bonus to Gobbet too. There we go. 2 more attacks. Nice, I'm doing some serious damage. Alright, Duncan. Open up on this monstrosity for me. and open up on this monstrosity for me. As you watch, Qian Ya's blast-marked and broken body begins to reform. Her gown knits itself back together, black blood wicking on the floor. Slowly, terribly, she begins to laugh. You cannot kill us, meat. You have not even seen us. Her voice fills with mockery. This form is but a shadow, a droplet of divine essence, filtered through a keyhole. Gobbet scans the room, her eyes glinting. I think that it's telling the truth. That thing over there isn't Qian Ya. It's just a fragment of her enormous astral entity. The little ones, the servitors, are all part of her too. The glow in her eyes fades. She bites her lip. We are so fucked. Qian Ya begins to cackle. The rat servant sees the truth of it, glimpses us as we really are. Were you to behold her full magnificence, your mind would wring itself into pulp. The crumpled form of Qian Ya rights itself, begins to rise. You will see, slave thing. We will show you a world not meant for mortal eyes. You will see. No more combat, please. Please. I can't grab the medkits that were in there. I saw there was a pickup thing there, but I guess I could only get it during the battle. Welcome to our domain, me. Well, that's uncool. Of course I missed. I always fucking miss. Did good on that one though. 73%. Wow, plus 45. I gotta kill those servitors, I guess. I really wish games could end on something other than a shit ton of combat. It's so fucking worn out. There's gotta be a better way to end the game than, oh, by the way, here's 18,000 times as much combat as is regular in the game, or if it's a combat heavy game to begin with, just a crap ton more combat. It's like, come on. Come up with better than that. Alright, so I gotta kill these servitors first. Especially a story-driven game like this. And that thing's almost dead. Should be able to take it out with just a bullet. And I missed at 81% because of course I did. Alright, so that servitor is dead. Are there more? I see one. I don't see one over here. I see Fanged Behemoth. Strip its armor. Bowstring Qian, yeah. So I need to kill all its servants first. I might as well just drop a fireball there. I can get everything. sight block, but I can't shoot this thing. And 73%, so I missed. I don't want to blow up Duncan. That worked. What servitors? I killed the one servitor. Oh, that thing's done. Should have stripped its armor first. It's alright. Still do it now. There we go. Alright, just me and you now. Yeah, but can't fire from there. But I can move her here. Increase Iz's aim. And heal Duncan. Oh, he's got 5 AP. Nice. Line of sight block. Well, let's have Duncan do his thing first. Ah, so close. I'll have Iz finish this monstrosity off with a grenade. As the Yama King's body crumples, a crackling sound fills the air. Once again, her broken body begins to knit itself back together. The flow of black ichor from her many wounds slows to stop and reverses. The viscous fluid snaking its way back up into the holes and ruptures that it poured from. Please don't make me fucking fight her again. This shit is tiring. Projections on top of projections, all aspects of her divine being, shed as easily as a lizard shed its tail. Her voice is ripe with mockery. You cannot harm us, me, but you have amused us. Kianya halts, her crowned head cocking to one side. Perhaps you are worthy of an audience after all. Perhaps. Her voice trails off and her head tilts upward. From behind you, you can hear the pounding sound of approaching footsteps. As he falls into position behind you, Gaichu raises his blade high. His milky eyes are locked on Kianya, and there's a look of grim satisfaction on his face. Raymond Black steps forward, an expression of grim determination on his face. The Yama King still lives. He smiles through a mouthful of strong, sharp teeth. Good. I did this. I brought this creature here. He speaks in the grim tone of a man on his way to the gallows. His complexion has gone gray as ash. My fault. My responsibility. The Queen with 1,000 Teeth cackles with glee. It has returned to us. The tunnel builder. The architect of my ascendancy. Ascendancy, chorus of servitors. What servitors? I've killed them all. Unless you get hiding somewhere behind that skirt. The creature leans in towards Raymond, its spidery fingers weaving hypnotically. The thing's robes billow like the bell of a jellyfish, pulsing organically with the rhythm of a heartbeat. You will have a special place in our court, Builder. You will stand by our side, exalted for a time, a living token of our unending rule, and an undying symbol of the folly of man. I have been a fool, yes. His hands clench at the fist so tight that his knuckles go white. The skin on his face is flushed with the effort of fighting through the stammer, jumbling his words. A great fool. But I will not be your slave. I will stop you. The Queen of 1,000 Teeth leans forward, her movements full of alien grace. The gaping crescent of her mouth parts into a ghastly smile, and he could see row upon row of fangs. They run down her throat in overlapping layers, a bristling forest of glistening, sharpened enamel. I earned an audience with you, Queen. This man did not. She steeples her fingers. Their hardened tips click against one another with a sound like grinding teeth. You are bold, me, but you are also correct. We do not break our promises, and you have earned some modicum of respect. That's right. Yama Kings are bound to the rules, but only if you call them out on it. They have to obey the rules. If you don't call them out on it, they can break the rules. I remember that from the conversations with Crafty. Kianya turns her full attention back to you, and the smile widens. You can feel it, deep in your gut. It tunnels into you like a lamprey, leaves you feeling empty and cold. In truth, you amuse us. Your persistence in the face of the inevitable is a pleasure to behold. And so, we have decided to grant you a rare honor. We offer you a deal. Go on. I'm listening. Our terms are simple. We want you to leave. Leave the chattel here to their fates. Forget about them. Acknowledge that they are ours. And then think on them no more. She gestures towards the door that you came in from. Leave the walled city now, and do not return. Accept that it is our domain, now and forevermore. In exchange, we will grant you 14 years of good fortune. Your every wish fulfilled. Your every desire granted. A charmed life from the moment you leave to the day that our deal elapses. You can do that? The Yama King cackles, with a wave of our hand. We have swum the waters of fortune since the beginning of time. It's a trivial matter for us to divert them. So, will you accept our offer? Will you take the deal? Not yet. I have questions for you first. She inclines her head. You may ask, but do not try our patience. To trifle with us would be a terrible mistake. I've done some research on your kind. There are other Yama Kings, aren't there? Thousands, each unique in all the multiverse, each an inimitable form of life. You are one of many, meet, interchangeable with others of your kind. We and our brethren are solitary sovereign beings, demigods among beasts on the field. What do you intend to do with the people of the walled city if you take over here? You can't be planning to enslave them all. What any queen would do, we intend to rule them. Some will be pressed into service within our court, others will be livestock. Most will live out their lives as if nothing changed. So you're going to keep this place as hellish as it is right now. Good to know. The walled city will always be a hell of some form or another. The builder's tunnel machine saw to that. This site is cursed, now and for all time. Our rule cannot change the unchangeable. I'd like to know more about the spirits that serve you. Our servitors are not spirits, me. Not in the way that you think. They are cells of our body, particles of our own divine being, manifested in flesh to serve us. You're saying that you and your servants are all part of the same being. There is no I. There are no servants. We are all that there is. If you're as powerful as you say you are, why are you offering me this deal? Because we want to see what you will do. The ultimate reward dangles above your head. You can pluck it like a peach if you wish. We are curious to see if you will. I don't think that's it at all. I think that I hurt you the last time we fought, and that you're stalling while you regain your strength. That might be true. Do you wish to test your theory, meat? Or will you accept our generous offer and enjoy every luxury of life for over a decade to come? Make your choice, and make it now. No, but I have a counter-proposal for you. Duncan's brow furrows. He looks surprised and uneasy. His grip tightens on his rifle. Kiamia leans in toward you, her face folding open into a hideous smile. A counter-proposal, you say? How amusing. Out with it then, meat. Tell us what you would have of us. You are going to return to the place that you came from, and you're going to close that door behind you. She cackles, a long, malicious laugh. And tell us, slave thing, why would we do such a thing? What do you have to offer? Well, I won't kill you for one. Sound like a fair enough offer to you? The meat threatens us. We are not impressed or amused. It is time that you learn a lesson, slave thing. We will teach you the price of impertinence. Her robes shimmer again and the claws come out. Once again her voice grows to a deafening roar. We will sucker your sorrows until the sun turns to dust. Great, another fucking fight. Oh, it looks like it's just the Yama King this time. And I have my full team. There's gonna be more. There's gotta be more. So tired of the battles. I like everything else, but battles are just tiring. Alright, let's see. First, let's throw some accuracy on Duncan. That should get a bunch of other people bonuses too. Bam. Let's speed up Duncan. And let's have Gobbet hop over here. Now, let us strip some armor. And have some fire. Let's get Duncan over here. And full auto. is here. Grenade. As you watch, the Yama King's broken carcass withers and dissipates. Seconds later, all that's left of her is a cloud of rancid mist. Huh, that was easier than I thought it'd be. I guess that she was hurt worse than she let on, trying to trick us into taking a bad deal. That wasn't really her. It was just a projection. It won't be long before she finishes licking her wounds and sends another. I believe that you are correct. He points at the dingy terminal just in front of the towering machine. The control console is just over there. We must move quickly. The Fortune engine itself stands before you, an enormous malevolent presence that fills the test chamber ahead. Raymond pushes forward, leaning in to study the control console with a look of determination on his face. I will close the rift. I just need... He bends over the terminal, frowning. His eyes dart from readout to readout. As you watch, the blood drains from his cheeks. What's wrong? Destroy the thing before she comes back. I can't. He gestures at the terminal readouts on the Fortune engine's monitors. There is a one-way flow of astral energy moving from the inner walled city through the tunnel. I know what it is. Gaba wrinkles her nose and gets a faraway look. She sways for a moment and speaks as if in a dream. I could feel it too. The energy's coming from the people that she's feeding on. Their essence. Their spirits, for lack of a better word. She sways a while longer, a puzzled expression on her face. If I destroy the machine now, it'll collapse the tunnel. All those people will have the better part of their essence, what makes them who and what they are, trapped inside with her forever. Thousands of people condemned to an eternity with that parasitic thing. Do we have another option? Raymond squeezes his eyes shut, works it through. Yes, someone could enter the tunnel, close the rift safely. The people would be saved, restored to life in the real world. And what happens to the person in the tunnel? He stays there forever with her. His shoulders sag. There's no way out once the tunnel is closed. There's a long pause as the assembled group digests Raymond's words. Duncan nods to himself, his jaws clenched. He pushes forward. I'll do it. Just tell me what buttons to press. The old man stares at the controls. Cold fear washes across his face. No! If anyone is to do this, it must be me. His voice strengthens, and you can see the old fierceness rising from within. The iron will of your childhood. It will be me. Hang on a minute, Raymond. No, not Raymond. My name is Edward Sang, and I built this machine. I set this avalanche in motion. Whatever I meant to or not, it is my responsibility to stop it. He turns to you, resigned. That is what this is all about, what it's been about since the very beginning. Raymond, listen to me. You're too weak for this. Just tell me what to do. No, the Yama King could return at any moment. There is no time to teach you what to do in there. I must set things in motion. It must be me. He turns to you. Goodbye, Koji. Smiles sadly. Thank you for coming to Hong Kong. Thank you for coming when I called. For what it's worth, I'm glad that I did. The old man flips a lever and then steps into the machine. There's a flash of light, and Raymond Black is gone.
Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story. That if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. My past is a terrible story. debts of the past can't be repaid. But we do what we can. I have done what I can to right my wrongs. And I accept the consequences.
You depart from the Prosperity Chamber and are instantly caught up in a wave of refugees fleeing for their lives. Struggling through the panicked wave of humanity, you are able to retrace your steps and eventually reach Hioi. Although the typhoon has passed, the scene is wet and chaotic. The newly homeless crowd the street, dazed and wandering, searching for missing loved ones and nursing injuries. Relief workers are already on the scene, providing blankets and medical aid. Rescue personnel carry the stunned and wounded to safety. The entire area has been cordoned off by the HKPF while knight-errant officers and a military peacekeeping force attempt to maintain order. Oh, please don't make me fight through HKPF. You emerge from Kowloon walled city to bustling clusters of activity. Refugees huddling together, staring back at their lost homes. Government troops deploying from armored personnel carriers. News vans setting up remote camera feeds while reporters scramble to find the right angle for their broadcasts. The air is electric with the threat of potential violence as panicked peacekeepers eye the growing crowd of evacuating poor. Gobbet's eyes dart furtively as she turtles her head between her shoulders. This place is hot. The cops are swarming the place, and that APB is still out on us. Let's head to the boat, sneaky-like. Sounds good. It's gonna take a year's worth of showers to wash that experience off of me. Isabel lifts her nose toward the reporter interviewing someone from inside the walled city. Looks like we get to see a man on the street interview on our way. The press already had their hooks in someone, hoping for a soundbite. The reporter wears a look of earnest concern like a coat of cheap deodorant. And is that when you started running? Yeah, it was bad in there, shooting, screaming. I was terrified. And what caused this, sir? Why are people flooding out of the walled city injured and disoriented? The man stares at the scene around him, bewildered. It's like everyone is saying. Some sort of chemical leak, a drug lab exploded or something, caused mass hallucinations. The reporter turns to the camera and pretends to check his notes. There you have it, Sonny. Our third report of mass hallucinations and violence caused by an explosion in an illegal drug lab. And while reports remain sketchy, it appears that street crime is again on the rise. He half turns and sweeps his arms over the scene. As you can see, it's still turmoil and confusion here as police and Executive Council peacekeepers respond to the emergency situation, attempting to maintain order. But in all this chaos, in the maze of poverty that is Kowloon Walled City, we may never know what really happened in there. Back to you in the studio, Sonny. The light on the news camera goes off and the reporter drops his facade. He ignores the bedraggled man beside him and begins packing up his equipment. After a moment, he sees you looking at him and turns to you with a scowl. What are you looking at? You know that guy was regurgitating a line of corporate bullshit, don't you? He laughs sardonically and continues packing. Everyone's regurgitating a line of corp crap, pal. They may not know it, but they are. Everything you see, everything they've been taught, every official you elect, all bought and paid for by the people pulling the strings. Yeah, well, no one's telling me what to think. No eye contact. He remains bent over his equipment case. Of course not, pal. You're different. The reporter finishes packing. He stands up straight, brushing the wet grip off the street off his hands, and his eyes narrow. He runs them over and your crew with a practiced eye. Looks like you just came from inside. What did you really see in there? mess that Josephine Sang never cleaned up. He chuckles. Why am I not surprised? No one even remembers that she built this hole in the first place. Not that it would matter. Joe Sang holds this town by the balls. It wouldn't surprise me if she was running some kind of test in the walled city. It's like they're a little petri dish. They test food additives, body modifications, pharmaceuticals, whatever some junior executive can dream up. It wouldn't surprise me if the whole thing blew up in her face because of low safety standards either. Nothing surprises me anymore. We can change that. He looks at you like you're from Mars. Good luck. You look like just the guy to do it. Maybe I could make it worth your while to help. He winks at you. I think it's more worth my while to keep my job. I start babbling about government and corporate cover-ups on camera and I'm finished here. And I know plenty of guys who got the strength of the righteous and then mysteriously disappeared. He picks up his gear and turns to go. Everyone on this island knows my new service is just a mouthpiece for the executive council. They buy what we feed them because the world is changing and it's scary. And they feel small and they need people to blame and authority figures to tell them what to think. My news networks gives them that. He points at the trivet screen mounted on the side of his news van. And there's a prime example of an authority figure, Joe Sang, rising star in the executive council. Just look at her, spinning this to her own ends, talking about the humanitarian relief efforts she's mounting. You know, your comm chirps, it's kindly Chang. Go ahead and take your comm. I'm gonna go before this scene turns into some kind of riot. Usually does. Hello, Auntie. Don't hello, Auntie me. I lost contact with the soldiers I sent into the walled city with you, and now these Sang assholes and government troops are all over the place. Get over here and tell me what the hell happened. Right away, Auntie. No response. The line is already dead. Isabel tugs at your arm, her eyelids at half mast. I want to sleep for about a year. I'm heading to the big Texas, Koji. I could use some sack time too. I'll see you there. You better go talk to Auntie, Seattle. Basic emergency response supplies, the low-end variety used in impoverished areas. A Tridio monitor displays a live feed from network newsrooms. Standard split-screen talking heads back and forth between a perky newscaster and a stately woman of indeterminable old age. The animated label under that older woman reads Executive Council Member Josephine Sang. And if you're just joining us, we are talking live with Council Member Sang from our office in Prosperity Tower. Council Member, again, thank you for being here to help make sense out of this conflicting reports we're getting out of Kowloon Walled City. The elder woman nods with queenly composure. Thank you, Sonny. I only wish we were speaking in happier times. Of course, madam, this is indeed a stressful day for the citizens of the Walled City. But who knows? The newcaster brightens, flashing the best smile money can buy. For one of them, it might be their lucky day. Stay tuned because we're going to cut away shortly to this week's Gigaball drawing when some lucky winner could walk away with almost 1 trillion new yen. The newscaster returns her focus to her guest, a look of practiced concern back on her face. Now, madam, we're saying that this sort of situation is inevitable when masses of underprivileged children are raised in a world without hope. Exactly, Sonny, Josephine Sang leans forward towards the camera. Without hope, these children are left to create their own opportunities the only way they know how, by turning to crime. They're often brought up in single-family households without strong guidance to put them on the right path. They are surrounded by thugs and criminals, eager to put them to work in all manner of unsavory activities. And it's events such as this one that call our attention to the plight of these poor children. That is why, today, I call on my Executive Council colleagues to join with me in supporting a new project, Operation Hope, which seeks to pull these children out of poverty and place them in loving, stable homes, while their parents are rehabilitated, re-educated, and reinvigorated with a new sense of purpose. That sounds like a tremendous... It is, Sonny, and it will cost billions of new yen to support such a mammoth effort, but Sang Mechanical Services is ready to lead the way through a new charitable foundation, Sang for Hope. It's time for us to give back to the community, and the newscaster puts her finger to her ear. Madam Council Member, I'm afraid I have to cut you off there. As always, you're doing amazing work for the people of Hong Kong, but... Her dazzling smile returns. It's time for Gigaball! The older woman smiles. contentedly. Of course. Again, thank you so much for joining us and offering your perspective. The newscaster checks the notes in front of her. We have been speaking to Josephine Tsang, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and front-runner to be the next chair of the executive committee. Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? Alright, let's go have a talk with Auntie C and finish this. This is going to be a really long video, but there's no point in splitting it now. Might as well just finish this. As you enter, kindly Cheng is giving instructions to Strangler Bao, who nods enthusiastically. She looks over at you and holds up a hand. Wait. And send Wong and Ho to snatch some of those medical supplies off the relief truck. With all the excitement, nobody's watching them at all. She nods to herself, grimacing in satisfaction. There'll be a big black market for them over the next few weeks. Good thinking, Mrs. Chang. Bao lifts a finger to his ear and transmits the orders. When he sees you waiting, he inclines his head a quarter of an inch. Rubik, I figured you were dead. Last I heard, my soldiers had found you and everyone was heading into the walled city. Then things got out of control. She takes a pull on her thin black cigar. Where are my people? What the hell happened? Not sure. Kindly Cheng stares at you, unblinking. I sent you 5 soldiers and they're all dead. Her eyes are hard little black buttons. Is that how you treat my resources? Please accept my apologies, Mrs. Chang. She takes another drag off her cigar, exhales the smoke through her nose. So you do have something to apologize for. I was just trying to be respectful of your loss. She taps her ash on the floor. Well, they knew the risks. They had a shot at moving up, and they missed. Forget them. I've got bigger problems, like customers and tenants streaming out of the walled city, screaming for their lives, like the HKPF and those Tsang security shit-heels swarming the place. She drops the stub of her cigar in an ashtray. Now tell me what happened in the walled city, or do I have to get an acetylene torch and ask nicely? Raymond Black accidentally summoned the demon god. We had to put her down. Kindly Cheng's eyes get big at that. What kind? A Yama King, Qian Ya, the queen with 1,000 teeth. Never heard of her. She picks up her bottle of foul spirits and studies the label. Her rusty mean voice drops low. But I know the Yama Kings. My grandmother used to try to scare me with stories about them. I guess that she thought she was teaching me something by scaring the shit out of me. She chuckled softly. I remember one Yama specifically, Fu Mang, the serpent of the setting sun. Oh yes. Fu Mang promises wealth and influence for those willing to do what was necessary to take it. Her voice turns wistful. The story of Fu Mang spoke to me. All he asked for in return were 44 hearts pulled from the chests of those closest to you, while they were still alive. Hearts from random victims they won't do, so those who took Fu Mang's bargain would befriend others before taking their hearts, turning their entire network into a list of victims. Yes, Fu Mang spoke to me, but I didn't listen. Strangler Bao leans in, his finger to his ear. My apologies, Mrs. Chang, but one of my men you sent with the runners into the walled city is still alive. He stumbled into Wong and Ho as they were pulling medical supplies off a lorry. Chang turns to you with an edge in her voice. At least one came back alive. Strangler Bao lowers his head, listens to his earpiece. Our man says that Wong Lun Fat is dead. He got shut up by the HKPF inside the walled city. Bao lifts his head and makes eye contact with the Triad boss. He's almost salivating with avarice. Our man saw it with his own eyes, Mrs. Chang. That sounds good. Does it make up for your dead soldiers, Auntie? It wipes the slate clean, my darling. Oh, yes. You see, Wong Lun Fat was my superior in the Yellow Lotus. 438. Kindly Cheng's black button eyes sparkle with satisfaction born of malice. He is also a pig. Tell our friend Rubik what that means, Mr. Bao. A wolfish smile spreads across her face, and her eyes squeeze into crescent moons of pleasure. And say it slow so I can savor it. The death of Wong Lun Fat has opened a spot for you to move up, madam. You could be the next 438. Bao smiles. The effect is chilling. The gods help those who seize opportunities. Mr. Bao, put every man we have on this. Spread the word. Kindly Cheng says all debts to the Yellow Lotus are suspended for citizens of the walled city until order is restored, and no interest will compound either. Tell them that I have medical supplies too, and there will be no charge for them until the crisis is over. You are a pillar of the community. Don't be snide, Rubik. We don't want to blow my good mood. She raises her voice so the triads in the room can hear her. The citizens of the walled city need clarity and reassurance. The Yellow Lotus will provide that for them. I may not have brought Josephine Sang down, but I've got my career going again. She grabs her bottle and unscrews the cap of her thumb. Your career too, Mr. Bao. You'll be my new straw sandal. Good partners support one another. Bao lowers his head in respect. You have proven that, Mrs. Chang. This calls for a drink. The soon-to-be 438 pours 2 shots and the stink of kerosene stabs your nose like a switchblade. She hands a glass to Bao, touches it with her own, and holds it there. Your loyalty and clear-headedness have proven immensely valuable, Mr. Bao. You are an effective ally, and I wish you great wealth and good fortune. They down the foul substance in one gulp. Looks like you two are moving up in the world. Yes. And it appears your fortune is changing too, Rubik. She pours herself another drink and leaves it sitting on the table. Remember, you have a mysterious benefactor, one who lifted the APB on you. I like mysterious benefactors. I'm sure you do, especially when they prevent police snipers from inserting a tunnel into your skull. It must be somebody powerful. I can't imagine it was Josephine Sang. After all, what would her motivation be? It's got to be somebody else. One of Josephine's enemies on the Executive Council? I'll tap my network, find out if I can. Kindly pulls out another thin black cigar. But that's for later. I'm missing an entire piece of your story, my darling. What happened to Prosperity Tower? Did you rescue Raymond Black? Did his mother wipe his memory? We got him. Stopped his mother from wiping his memory. Impressive. He had become quite a Shadowrunner, Rubik. She lights the cigar, a gleam of hunger in her shiny black eyes. While you were in Prosperity Tower, did you find any incriminating data on Josephine Sang? Dirt? Something I can use? We found financial statements that'll get her in deep with the Executive Council. Enjoy. Kindly barks a laugh, and the cigar dances in her mouth as she speaks. Now I can take that dried-up old bitch to the mat. The Triad boss pulls out the cred stick and tosses it to you. The number on the data readout is big, more than twice the payout of a single Shadowrun. And remember, this is your victory too. With this, Josephine Sang's days on the Executive Council are numbered. Wow, it appears that my fortunes have truly changed. She pours 2 more shots from a reeking bottle. Our partnership has become quite enriching, Rubik. She raises her glass. To my new #1 Shadowrunner, may our partnership continue to bear fruit. Let's hope it's big, fat fruit. I'm certain it will, Rubik. I have a good feeling about you. Kindly Cheng watches you drink, smiling her serpentine smile. Then she downs her glass in one swallow and licks the rim. Now, before I get back to business, I must know, how did you go from rescuing Raymond Black to the walled city vomiting people? Ray built a machine in the walled city. It accidentally summoned the big bad thing. That's when everybody ran. The Triad boss cocks her head, raises a cigar to her lips. If the demon summoning was accidental, what was his machine supposed to do in the first place? It created fortune. Your foster father created a magical fortune machine? The Triad boss cocks her head, raises her cigar to her lips. Please tell me you have control of this device. Please tell me you brought it to me. No, sorry. That's a pity. I'm sure there are plenty of people who could benefit from it. Well, this business has certainly proved lucrative for me. Kindly Cheng studies the glowing tip of her black cigar. I'm in prime position to be the next Yellow Lotus 438. I only lost 4 men, and I finally got something I can use against Josephine Sang. Yeah, well, Raymond didn't make it. He sacrificed himself to stop the demon. Did he? Maybe that's what he came here to do. She lowers her eyes and her voice softens. Everyone makes their choices, my sweet, and everyone pays the consequences. Even you someday. You've made quite a splash since arriving in Hong Kong, Rubik. Many Shadowruns completed in a very short time. The reports from our clients are glowing, mostly. Don't forget what we did in the walled city. That could have gotten nasty if it weren't for us. It could have been worse, I suppose. For some. For a while. The Triad boss leans in and her voice becomes conspiratorial. Listen to me, my sweet. When I was a girl, there had never been a pandemic like Vitus. But in 2010, it happened. We'd never seen death like that. A quarter of the world's population disappeared. It was miserable. It pushed us to our limits, but the survivors moved on. And then the spike babies started appearing, and the dwarf babies. And then suddenly there were dragons, and goblinization, and magic. And every time the world changed, we got used to it. So if a demon goddess decided that the walled city was her new living room, and you didn't, whatever you did, what would have happened? She shrugs, sniffs. Perhaps the news would cover it, until the next sensation pulled their attention away. But after a while, it would be drowned out by all the other crap competing for our attention. And the demon in the walled city would become the new normal. Well, the new normal is that the walled city isn't under magical influence anymore. Congratulations. The poor can return to their misery with no interference from magical machines, or big bad things because of you. Now, let me give you a piece of advice for the future, my sweet. Something Mr. Chang used to tell me. Respect ghosts and gods, but keep away from them. It sounds like you almost lost your ass in the walled city. I think you'd best listen to that. No more demons from now on, Auntie. Kindly smiles mischievously. So wise. She stubs out her cigar, screws the top back on her bottle. Now go get some sleep, Rubik. You look like shit. Tomorrow we'll talk about the future. Last time you told me to go to bed, I woke up a Shadowrun. What happens when I wake up tomorrow? We get to work, my darling. You heard, Mr. Bao. She dips her finger into an empty glass, finds the last drop of liquor, and brings it to her mouth. The gods help those who seize opportunities. Kindly Cheng turns away, dismissing you with a wave. Bao, what's the status on those medical supplies? Right. The scene on Big Texas is quiet, save for the sound of eating. The crew is crowded around Goblet's electric hot plate. Her cast iron pot simmers on top and they hold bowls of soup in their hands. You recognize the smell. Chicken style soya broth, elbow macaroni, tinned ham, and a heaping scoop of egg-flavored mycoprotein. The mood is somber. I thought you were all going to bed. We figured we'd hang out for a while. No one could remember the last time we ate. She looks over her bowl at Duncan. Besides, no one could sleep anyway. She means me. I'm too fucked up to sleep, trying not to think about Raymond, who takes an enormous gulp of soup, wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. They're just keeping me company, feeding me and pretending not to be tired. Taking a bit. Talking a bit. Yeah, I'm still jacked up. Bed can wait. Isabel fishes a chunk of something out of her soup with her fingers, flicks it to the floor. We've been debriefing a bit. Yeah, talking about what's going on, everything we've been through together. She shuffles her feet a bit. Sorry about Raymond, Seattle. You too, Duncan. He was trying to do good with that machine. You two need to remember that. Wu drops his head. His words come out slowly as if they were being forcibly extracted. I can't believe he did that. Gave himself to that demon. I think he did what he came to do. I guess we did too, Koji. We came to help Raymond, and he got what he wanted. Isabel stares over her bowl at the wall of the trawler. Her voice is soft. Hard to believe we defeated a god. Demon god. Gobbet stirs her soup with her finger. From another plane of existence. Hard to believe that Josephine Sang is going to remain untarnished by this whole thing. The little Decker's face hardens. 20 years of misery. 20 years of suffering. For tens of thousands. Hundreds, maybe. That's the way it is. The way the world works. The powerful play their games and the little people pay the price. She'll see justice someday. She has to. Wu stares into his soup, squinting in concentration. But one thing doesn't add up for me. Why was Josephine Sang so intent on shutting us down? Why wouldn't she be? You saw what she was responsible for. No, think about it. The HKPF snipers, the plastic-faced man, all of these resources that she poured into capturing Raymond and hunting us down. I mean, she's already covered her tracks with that illegal drug lab explosion, right? So why not just let Ray do his thing, then cover it up afterward? It doesn't add up. It had to be the Fortune engine itself. Yeah, I think you're right. From everything Raymond said, the chi was supposed to be pooling, turning toxic. But I felt something in that room, a flow of positive chi that I didn't expect. Gobbet wrinkles her nose. She stares at the floor of the trawler for several seconds, apparently lost in that thought. I think that it was leaving the walled city. I bet that machine did something else, something that Raymond didn't know about. The little Decker stirs her soup, pondering. What if it was a siphon? What if Josephine Sang was stealing the cast-off positive chi from the walled city, leeching it for her own benefit? Wu nods at Isabel, runs with her train of thought. She sealed up the Fortune engine, leached the good chi for herself, and took Sang Medical Services from the minor company Ray's father built to the ball buster it is today. His jaw tightens. That's how she got herself on the Executive Council of Hong Kong. Of course, this is all speculation. Can't prove any of it, but if Josephine was using positive chi that the Fortune engine was casting off, she isn't getting any more of it. Your foster father saw to that. Gobbet taps her spoon against the rim of her bowl. I wonder what will happen to her. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Gobbet finishes her soup, lets out a little belch, and pats her stomach satisfied. She tosses the bowl in the corner for madness and folly. So, Seattle, what now? Now, bed. Good plan for everybody. But especially you, Koji. Wu winks at you. You look like shit. So I've heard. Your bunk on the trawler lies waiting, patient and seductive. It beckons with the promise of escape. You drop your head onto the pillow and haul the rough naval blanket over you. The big Texas rocks you like a cradle, and moments later you are wrapped in the comforting arms of sleep. There are no nightmares. Only shadows. The story of the walled city riot circulated local news networks for nearly a week. Few outside of Hong Kong heard about the incident, and those that do, even fewer care. By the end of the month, the city's back to business as usual. In Hioi, the flow of refugees eventually slows to a trickle. Those who do escape tell stories of terrifying demon goddess and of an old man who sacrificed his soul to banish her. Their mad ramblings are generally met with pity or contempt. After the incident in the walled city, the unbroken lucky streak that propelled Sang Mechanical Services into the limelight comes to an abrupt end. Evidence of Josephine Sang's culpability in the walled city riots as delivered by a reliable source, is aired on the Horizon News Network, and the corporation's stock price is going to a free fall. Within a year, Wuxing Incorporated buys out, absorbs, and dismantles the company, and Josephine Sang is quietly filed away in a corporate prison. She remains there, buried behind walls of concrete and rebar, until she hangs herself 3 months later. Kiora remains a safe port of call for smugglers, gangsters, and Shadowrunners alike. You are no exception. The Shadows here welcome you, in a way that Seattle never did. You've earned the respect of your fixer, your clients, and your community. And now that the APB on you and your team has been lifted by parties unknown, you are free to operate openly in Hong Kong. This place is yours now. Your home. Alright, that concludes the game. Excellent game. I wasn't a huge fan of that end mission, just because so much combat. Well, in comparison to the rest of the game, it wasn't bad. Combat wasn't hard. It was decently put together. It's just tiring. Very, very, very few games avoid that tired, worn out trope of the game ending with just a bunch of combat. Just combat. At least they gave me a few choices to avoid combat or to do some other things, but it basically was just battle after battle after battle. And they even did the same old tired final boss, kill it once, oh, it's not really dead. Kill it a second time, oh, not really dead. And gotta fight it for a third time. It's like standard paint by numbers video game, especially RPG finale. But oh well, it is what it is. It's over. The game was great. I enjoyed the story. I did enjoy how little combat there was in the game. Optionally, I mean, I could have gone guns blazing a lot, but I liked that I was able to avoid combat a lot of the times, bypass it through talking or skills or whatever, since that kind of fits with how I used to play this game as a tabletop game way back in the day. When we did runs, it was, the whole idea was to get in and get out clean if at all possible. Combat skills were for things went sideways, a contingency plan, something that you only use when you had to use. Anyway, good game. I'll probably replay it at some point with a different character. Probably play complete dickwad and be an asshole to people. But that's for another future time, and almost certainly not recorded. Something I'll do like sporadically in the future. So that's it for this game. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the length of this episode, but it's the final one. This is the finale. Wrapped it up, and who knows what comes next.